people that are joining us again. If this is your first time, welcome to the only show on the internet where you're going to find two white guys sitting down, drinking, talking about beer.
I'm sick.
Probably. Yes, he's very sick in the head.
Well, so
We are even more beer. No, behind the no, big head beers. Big head bastards.
Yes.
Yes. We're hacks. We're frauds. We drink beer, and
our merch is in the mail.
yes, the check is in the mail.
Someday we'll have business cards.
Yeah, maybe. We're never really going to be all that. We're hacks. We're frauds. We half-ass pretty much everything, and we're very much. Yeah, we're not professional. I don't know if we'll ever be there. But
my wife is way too invested in me doing this show. Well, both of us doing this show.
Yeah, well,
it gets us to leave her alone.
It's fun. We like it. Anyway, we are doing our first episode of Jude, where we are going to be sitting down and drinking and talking about shit like we always do.
Sorry for the erratic uploads. I broke my wrist.
Yeah,
and also got my second shot of the Moderna vaccine, so I'm fully vaccinated.
He got his second shot yesterday, so today he's like going through the wrath and super not feeling good about it.
I'm even more ghostly pale than usual. I almost blend into the wall.
You're even more pallid and gaunt than usual. Good work, old man.
White crayon now.
But this being June, we are going to be talking about some stuff, maybe a little bit today, but definitely next week and the week after, about Juneteenth and the Stonewall riots. And you know, I don't understand why they call them the Stonewall riots. Because, I don't know, is it just me? Or was it like, hey, we're having a party outside this bar, and then the cops showed up and it turned into a riot?
Well, they were inside the bar, and then they threw a brick.
See, that's questionable.
And it was at the Stonewall.
It was at the Stonewall Inn.
Yes.
And it's questionable as to whether it was a brick, a rock, a shoe, a purse, a glass. And it probably wasn't just... I mean, yeah, there was one person who would have done it. But a couple of the people who are credited with doing it are like, no.
I would have laughed really hard if it was like a granite dildo that got thrown at somebody.
But I was going to say, oh, that'd be fucking hilarious. Isn't it funny how it's a party until the cops show up and then it's a fucking riot? Goddamn cops. Anyway. We have 6 beers that we are going to be drinking here in just a moment. We don't know what they are yet. We will get to find out after we have imbibed some of these things. Normally we have people go out and buy, like we have someone go and buy 6 beers for us, but we started getting some duplicates, and this time I went, I'm going to make sure there's no fucking duplicates. So I went out today, and I went to Total Wine, and I bought a case of single beers that I am absolutely certain he has never had. And I think maybe 4 of the beers in that case I have had before. Other than that, I picked stuff that I'm dead certain I've never had. And I got them in in 4 little 6-pack containers. And then after we got back over here, because we weren't going to have anybody to be able to pour for us tonight, you know, it's supposed to be a surprise. I had his landlord, basically. Anyway, another co-conspirator of the channel. Had him mix up all the stuff that was in the 6-packs that I had set aside. So, yeah, I mean, feasibly I might know what one of the beers is, but I don't now. Like, it's all random to me, and I don't even remember what most of the shit that I picked up was. But I think one of them was from Japan. So
this looks like a lot of IPAs and 2 stouts.
A lot of IPAs and 2 stouts. All right. Well. That's good to know.
That's what they look like anyway.
Let's go ahead and get started on this shit when we start to...
Also,
Okay.
the numbers are written both on the side and the bottom, just in case it rubs off.
All right. Definitely an IPA. That's
very friendly IPA, though.
Pretty friendly. A little bitter. A little bit sweet.
I cannot
Got a
taste
little bit of
very
juicy.
well, I just realized.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Because I basically have COVID right now, but I have the vaccine version, so it's just like all the side effects, none of the shit. None of the nerve damage.
All the side effects, none of the nerve damage. That's good. At least your brain won't permanently be goo, or at least indefinitely be goo.
Any more goo than it already is.
Goo.
Oh,
this is the one with the floaties in it. Yeah, you gave me the curse. It's floaties.
Yeah, there's like stuff in the bottom of this glass and that one. I guess I picked out another beer that had shit in it. Hey, fuck, I'm good.
Real hoppy stems.
Floral. I'm gonna say that much. Floral.
Right. Hey, you know what it tastes like to me?
Hmm.
An IPA.
I don't know what that one is, but I'm not really huge on it. It's just so far. Like, that one's not my bag.
This is not my bag of grapes.
Hmm?
Yeah, is it warm?
No, it's just water. Yeah, there's no telling what your taster is going to be doing today because
Yeah, because I just tasted both of those and it was like,
this will be an interesting one.
those taste like beer.
I think interesting is probably a good word for it.
What the fuck? Okay, I can smell it. It smells very sweet.
This just tastes like a pale ale. Maybe a lager.
Well, it smells like it. Can't taste anything though.
It's not bad, but it's very thin.
Yeah, I'm noticing the mouthfeel. I'm going entirely off of my sense of smell and the mouthfeel on this episode.
Because you just can't fucking
I
taste
can't fucking
anything.
taste anything.
Cool.
I have to drown shit in hot sauce right now to be able to taste it.
And then all you taste is hot sauce.
If that.
All right, 3's not bad. It's that's got to be a lower percentage thing, and that's
My back is starting to hurt.
there is something familiar in that, but not sure what. Anyway, God,
Oh, what a terrible thing we've
it's a
done
terrible
to ourselves.
thing. Also, by the way, thank you everybody for anybody watching this on YouTube, anybody watching on Patreon, all of y'all on Patreon that are kicking down money. We very much appreciate it. We need to actually, I guess, talk while we're doing this thing, like, you know, we occasionally do. Not
Yeah,
just
we actually have
sit
a
down.
subject this
Fucking-
time.
We have a subject that we have not yet really researched.
Well,
I know a little. Well,
I've had to research a lot of it because I helped my mom with writing the play.
That's right. Okay, so So tell us some stuff about Stonewall.
Stonewall was one of the few bars, I believe it was in New York.
Yep, the Stonewall
Where-
Inn in New York City.
It was basically a little
New York City.
Yeah, fucking right. It was a little hole in the wall where a lot of, like, you know, upper class businessmen or poor people or even homeless people, including drag queens, drag kings, trans people, anything. If you were something, you could go in there and no one would ask any questions. It was dark, not well lit. There was Prohibition era booze on the walls.
It was not the only gay club in the area, but it was one of them. It was
the
run
only
by
one.
the mafia, and all their drinks were watered down.
Yep, but the mafia also kind of didn't say anything. They also, it was the only one in that district.
Because-
They had one in each district.
Because at this time, sodomy was illegal in many states in the U.S., which actually it probably still is. Yeah, that doesn't sound like any kind of legislation led from any kind of a, I don't know, religious
Intolerance.
standpoint. Like,
But regardless, there was a time, there were several police raids there throughout the years that the place was open, and especially during that time. And one night, a group of officers decided to break in, grabbed a couple people and started beating the crap out of them, and it is unknown who it was that yelled it, but as far as eyewitness accounts go, it was one of the queens. Just stopped the whole party by going, "Is anyone going to do anything?" And someone picked up a object and threw it.
threw it through a window.
And, well, they threw it at a cop, and it ended up going through a window. And a fight broke out, and then it became a riot in the bar that spilled out into the streets and started going to the different
That
districts.
sounds really familiar. Like, everybody's chilling, having a good time, or maybe somebody's protesting something, and then the cops show up and start beating people up, and then people fight back against the cops, and then it's a riot.
Yes, and it was a riot that overtook most of New York City. That's a big fucking area, and that's a lot of people. Because people started, like, coming out of their apartments and homes to fight this shit, and several people died. Many people ended up in jail or
That's one of the reasons why I'm wearing this shirt today.
What is this?
Governments should fear their people. People shouldn't fear their governments. Like,
V
people
for
in power
Vendetta.
should people that have power and authority should fear the people that they have power and authority over, because likely the number of people that will be very willing to take them straight the fuck down that they think they have authority over is probably larger than them. Like, anyway.
But yeah, it was a very big, very not fun sort of riot. Like the riots we have nowadays typically end up getting snuffed out within a couple days. This one lasted, I think it was almost a week.
Fuck yeah.
It was just constant, just every window broken, storefronts broken down, people getting the shit kicked out of them.
And here I thought the shit in Portland was the longest lasting. Well, no, I guess it was.
Well, it is the longest lasting, but the Stonewall riots was one of the
Yeah.
most influential, because it was one of those of, no, there's enough of us now that the cops can't do shit. Like, they tried, they managed to injure a lot of people, but it didn't stop.
It's like almost fruity. I'm kind of sad you can't really taste this one.
I can smell it, but yeah, I can't taste anything.
All the roasted.
I'm getting like a roasty aftertaste.
Yeah.
On the back of my palate.
It's got a really good roasted
Also,
malt flavor to it.
If you want to read about somebody who
that's
has
some good
basically been whitewashed out of Pride history, Harvey Milk.
Oh yeah, dude, fucking, I don't understand why there isn't, well, no, actually I don't understand why there isn't more shit about Harvey Milk. Apart from, you know, they're just...
You can thank the NAACP.
What, was he just racist? Or was it just like, we can't have him...
Well, they don't want to talk about him. They don't want to talk about the guy who actually wrote Martin Luther King Jr.'s speeches.
Okay.
Because he was gay. And they believe that that would slander Martin Luther King Jr.'s memory. And they also don't want to talk about what was her
Love
name.
everyone, even if they're gay. Yes, even if they ask stupid fucking questions.
What was the name of that other lady? She was a black trans drag queen who was homeless. I don't remember her name, but she was like very, very influential.
Penelope something maybe? I don't know.
But
This is not a thing that I have studied very much.
look up it was after the Stonewall riot speeches. She got up on stage and I think it was like about a 2-minute rant, just went off on everyone about this is not what this was meant to be, and you are giving up too easily.
Are
So
you prepared for your final beer?
Yeah.
So you can fuck off.
yeah, well, no, she basically said, "Fuck you all. You've lost sight of what we were doing," and then she left and disappeared for 7 fucking years.
Alright, here's to the last one. Let's see how this goes. Also really good, more bitter than the previous one.
It just smells like
Very
coffee.
malty.
It has a multi texture.
I'm not getting much on the nose, but
It smells like a sweet stout, but it doesn't taste like anything because I can't fucking taste anything. This is a sad episode for me. This is BS, yo.
and now for the judging. Fucking 5 is definitely going to be in my top shit.
I can't pick a top because I
that's
can't
for
fucking
damn
taste
sure.
anything. Oh, I'm gonna have to look up her name now. I'm gonna do it live on the fucking episode. You goddamn right.
Hey, why the fuck not? Best time to fact check is before you fuck it up real good.
Yes.
Or right after. I mean, well, no, that's not the best, but it's an okay time. By the way, anybody that's watching right now, all of the 1 Patreon viewers, thanks for checking it out. That's so...
Marsha P. Johnson.
Marsha P. Johnson. It just makes me think Huey P. Newton.
Johnson was a founding member of the Gay Liberation Front, which is the one that she did a speech at, and she was a co-founder of the radical activist group Street Transvestite Action Revolutionaries.
Start. Okay, cool.
Alongside close friend Celia Rivera.
Yeah, Sylvia Rivera is one of the people who was thought to have thrown the first brick, but she has also been like, I'm not the first one to do it.
She died in 1992. It is unknown how exactly she died. It's believed
By
she
the
was
way, if
murdered.
anybody hasn't figured it out yet, yes, we support pride and like if you're gay, if you're straight, asexual, any of the things, LGBTQ question mark, fucking go you. If you're against people doing whatever they're trying to do or just being themselves, go fuck yourself.
Also, Harvey Milk is now a former member of the San Francisco Board of Supervisors. I believe he was shot along with the mayor of the time.
Yeah.
Because somebody just had a rage
I think
problem.
he was the mayor?
He was running for mayor.
Okay.
He did not make it to mayor. It's believed that he was about to be elected, but somebody else won by default.
Bummer.
And then, who was it that... I'm checking all these facts because, I mean, I already...
Might as well, yeah, I was just going to say now. I guess the time to do it would have been, well, we can't script this shit. We have to half-ass everything. Especially since between the two of us, we maybe have one whole ass because we're so goddamn scrawny.
It was Clarence Benjamin Jones.
I'm probably not going to remember that name.
Clarence Benjamin Jones was was gay, and he wrote the "I Have a Dream" speech.
Oh.
And the NAACP did not allow my mom to do a play about it because they needed to find a gay black person to do that.
Okay.
Because she felt that would be the best, and also they do not like him being mentioned.
Oh.
Because Martin Luther fired him no less than 6 times because of accusations saying that Martin Luther King Jr. was sleeping with him and was also gay, because that would have ruined the civil rights movement at the time. Because you can basically pick one thing to
in
fight.
this day and age, we can just be accepting of the fact that maybe that happened, and even if it did, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Because it's about civil liberties and civil rights, and if the NAACP, if that's a thing that they're going to worry about so fucking much, then they need to get their shit together and start to take a closer look at what discrimination is.
It was that, and they didn't want to allow any of the black actors that had to register with them as an acting group to do the Marsha P. Johnson part in my mom's play. Which she, I think, sold to a group of guys who were planning on turning it into an actual production.
See, I was going to ask about that, because if nothing else, I'd be willing to bet we could say, fuck it, and get some people to at least voice act it and animate it.
Yeah, probably, if you're interested in helping us with that, shoot us a message on our email that is on our YouTube channel. Otherwise, it's bigheadbastards@gmail.com.
Yeesh.
I'll put that.
Also, if you were a brewery in the
Here.
Spokane area and you have an interest in us swinging by your place and you filling us full of beer and us talking about your beer and the beers that you've got coming out, we will be glad to.
Well, if you're just in Washington at this point.
Yeah, Spokane's better. Washington, like Spokane, Coeur d'Alene area is best. But pretty much Washington, Idaho, Oregon, maybe some of Montana is where we'll be starting to be going. Once we get the Bustard up and running, and that will also probably wind up being just the set.
That's going to be a special episode, is getting the Bustard up and, like, maintenance.
I think there's going to be some Patreon. There's going to be, there's got to be at least one Patreon
The progress
special.
of the Bustard, like, we just do, like, a time-lapse of us making it nice inside. Because I want to set up... So I bought an RV, and the only thing I've been waiting on, God damn it, Minnesota. Get me the goddamn title.
Alright. You got to pick your tops.
I can't taste anything, so
You're abstaining from voting?
I am abstaining from voting because I cannot give a good...
Well, you know, it doesn't matter. What of the things that you can taste and or smell, which ones do you prefer?
1, 4... Is this 4? Yeah, 1, 4, and 5.
1, 4, and 5.
Do we have the same ones?
It's the exact same.
Yeah, they just smelled the best, and they had the easiest mouthfeel.
This is never he can't even fucking taste right now. And for the first time, we agree on the best beers. Like, that's pretty good. Yeah. I guess I will take a second to go grab the empties.
Yeah, they're on the plate next to the entryway to the kitchen.
Where they usually are.
Yes. They're in the 6-pack, like, cardboard thing, because I wanted to shield myself from being able to see it. Yeah. I had a pour beers today. I have no idea how our producer does it. That's why she's my wife and I love her.
Numbered them right on.
Yes, I wrote on them with the Sharpie so that I would not forget which ones they were or drop them like last time because a fucking breeze came through my window and just knocked over all the cans. Something funny about YouTube, by the way, that we recently found out was
there's still a bit of that in there.
you don't get to curse for the first 2 minutes.
What?
Yeah, we don't. Besides the bastards thing, but that's the title of our show, so it's fine.
Is this one?
That's one, yeah.
That's one. Yeah. We have to finish these beers, dude.
Pick up lava.
Well, it's not my fault that you didn't set enough time aside to do the drinking of Hair of the Dog Brewing Company's Blue Dot Double India Pale Ale.
By the way, we never blow more than the legal amount. Like, I actually have a breathalyzer in my car. I've never once blown over the limit.
The beer in this can is best enjoyed soon after purchase. Same day, actually.
Oh.
Please keep cold to preserve freshness.
In front of an air conditioner.
Yeah. Hair of the Dog Brewing Company is dedicated to providing the beer lover with new and unusual beer styles. To learn more about Hair of the Dog Brewing Company, please visit us at hairofthedog.com. Made with Pilsner and rye malts, this beer has a pale color and fresh hop flavor without being overly bitter. True. Blue Dot gets its name from a Carl Sagan quote. We are only a pale blue dot in this universe. Make every day Earth Day. Do something nice for your mother. Okay, I dig that.
I took my mom out on like a day trip the other day. We went.
I think I know I have been to this brewery.
Of course you have. I like how it has a Carl Sagan thing and it says do something nice for your mom, and I'm like, I took my mom to the Y and we sat in the hot tub and then we got lunch.
I went to Portland on a strip club.
Number 3.
I went to Portland on a strip club and brewery tour with a girlfriend of mine some time ago.
Nice.
And I believe that was one of the places. Flintlock! Hazy IPA from Crucible.
Is that number 2? It says it on the back.
Yep, it says number 2. So this is the Hair of the Dog.
Oh, I actually got the lighting a little bit better today.
This one's the Flintlock, which I'm still doing a terrible job of showing the thing. But anyway.
Okay.
Hand-forged small batch brewing. No real description. Oh, also, horsepower is 7 on... Yep, 7 horsepower on the Hair of the Dog Double IPA. This one's 6.6. This was made with Mandarina Bavaria, Amarillo, and Mosaic hops. Pale, Maris Otter, and white wheat and flaked oats for the malts. In this contains wheat and lactose. 60 IBU. Not that any of that really matters to us right now because we're not that deep into the beer tasting world yet, but we're working on it. At least I could spill some.
Alcohol abuse.
That's alcohol abuse. I'm gonna get fired for doing shit like that.
We should get like a paintball gun that's just a flintlock.
Beer number 3 from Battleground, Washington. Battleground Brewing. Be happy! Oh, from Battleground, Washington. Barrel Mountain Brewing. Be happy, Hefeweizen. 4.7 horsepower. We're beer and adventure meat. What do we got here? Government warning. Brewed and canned in Battleground. Nothing super cool about that apart from the smiley face, which I think is kind of neat. Beer number 4! Beer number 4. Full Contact from Elysian. An Imperial Hazy IPA. Nice. Cloaked in a semi-translucent haze, an imposing presence beckons you to come closer. As you do, your nose opens to a tangent of wistful memories. Peach session in the orchard. A tangerine tree on a hill. Fresh honeydew cold from the fridge. And a vanilla cream soda in your hand. What kind of bittersweet initiation is this? Okay. We opened our doors in 1996 when bold art and music defined Seattle. We carry that same spirit in the way we brew our beer. It's about taking chances, learning from our missteps, and changing perceptions. Pull up a bar stool at EllusionBrewing.com. Again, I've been to 1 or 2 of the Illusion breweries, brew pub things over in Seattle.
Yeah, what is this fucking SCP? It's making me think about weird.
No, it's just one of those.
when I think of like past memories, all I remember is walking through apple orchards because I mean we're in Washington. There's a lot of fucking apples, and I also remember hanging out in a lot of barley fields because they grew a lot of barley out where my grandmother used to live.
Well, we have wheat, barley, hops.
Hops fields smell weird. They smell like somebody cut a dandelion, like right next to your face. That's kind of what like walking through a hops field smells like. It smells like
It smells
a plant.
like hops to me.
Well, it smells like a plant bleeding because it's. I don't know. It's like a bitter smell.
Woof. Evasion Brewing's Tantamount Stout. The one gluten-free beer that I picked up, and I didn't even, like, I saw this and I was like, hey, that looks kind of fucking cool. I'm gonna get me that. And then I saw it was gluten-free, and I was like, shit, I might come back for more later.
I'm definitely getting that.
6 horsepower! Oh, I guess this is their flagship. The beer that started Evasion. It's big, rich, and full of dark malt flavors like coffee and chocolate with hazelnut undertones. A classic stout made to please. Very much made to please. It's fucking winning in our book.
Yeah, it's good.
Because that is one of the beers that we both decided was a fucking good one.
Oh, wow. Just perfect to the top.
Because I am that goddamn good. Sometimes I really like that we have this much of a view on our things. But I also think sometimes it'd be cool to have like an overhead shot of some of the beers that we do. Last one, Lewitt Brewing Company's Grimlock Porter. Now, I had this before, but I thought it was pretty good, so I thought he should try it. Again, brewed with pride in the shadow of Mount St. Helens. Well, you should be proud. He's a very good-looking orc.
Also, Mount St. Helens is a cool fucking mountain range.
5 horsepower. World Beer Cup Silver Award winner 2016. I believe that. That is a fucking good beer. But our top picks today. Hair of the Dog. Tantamount Stout. Of course, 2 of the really fucking big cans. God, I love it. And here we go.
Elysian. Yeah.
These are our winners. I guess it'll be first, second. First and second, third. I can't do this. It sucks. Anyway.
We solved part of our lighting problem because I figured out what...
I suppose that is part of it, but that doesn't really help too much. Anyway.
Pretty soon we'll be able to close that off because I have a... Anyway, I'll mention that stuff in the Patreon part. Well, no, I can mention it now. Thanks to your guys' support and a sponsor on my other channel, I split the use of the equipment that we do for the show. I have my gaming channel that is featured on our channel, and this channel is featured on the gaming channel, so they kind of go hand in hand. The thing you see at the end of the videos, the Boatsfoyd Entertainment Productions, that is because I'm technically one of the producers. Like, we're both the executive producers, then we have other producers, all that sort of thing. I use a lot of the same equipment that we use for that. And we have a sponsor over there that you can hear about if you go over to that channel, because I'm not going to mention them on here, because we're not drinking any of what they do.
We're not doing their thing yet. Actually, it's probably never going to happen. But
probably never going to happen, because you don't want to drink energy drinks while drinking beer. That's kind of a weird thing.
Yeah, no, you don't want to do alcohol and basically pre-workout.
Yeah, God damn it, Liquid Death, sponsor us. But regardless, thanks to a lot of the, visibility that we got on here, talking to various beer owners, and just, general sponsors, we're able to actually get better equipment. This microphone is staying because it's a good damn microphone, but pretty soon we'll have our own lighting. As Ray mentioned earlier, we have the Bastard Bus, or the Bustard, coming in. The only thing with that is, if you know someone who works at the Minnesota and DMV, tell them to hurry the hell up, because I'm waiting on a title. Anyway, look for that on Patreon. Unless you're not on Patreon, in which case, down, man.
Spend $5. Just get on the fucking Patreon. Come on.
It's not even like it's $5 per video. It's $5 a month.
Yeah,
also,
$5 a month.
And
you
if
get
you
all of our
decide to
videos, and please, just if you can get us to the $200 mark,
we'll do the damn Belgian episode.
We'll do a Belgian episode, and we do have special. We've already got that figured out. So as soon as we clear that $200 mark on Patreon, then we will go ahead and do that one. Once we clear the $400 or $500 mark, we have another milestone, and we'll see how it goes from there. So,
The multi-state milestone.
yes, if you like what we're doing, if you're a fan, if you dig it, great, cool. Please do the like, the subscribe, the thing. You know, I don't know, they're around here somewhere.
We'll eventually get this shit structured. Currently, we barely keep it alive, but
Right, yeah, no, we're going to do this for at least a year. We're just going to keep doing this every week, every Thursday, 6 o'clock, Pacific Standard Time. That's where we are, right?
yeah, Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah.
We're in the.
So, you know, if you're over on the east side of the country and you want to watch us, you got to watch us around 9 o'clock. But yeah, until next time, ladies, gentlemen, and everything in between and around, keep drinking,
keep thinking.
and don't do nothing about white supremacy.
Happy Pride.